Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Turn up the mic just a little bit. Alright, what's up guys? YouTube, what's good, man? It's Bro Luuh. I'm back for another super laid back tutorial. Alright, so a lot of you guys have been subscribing over the last month and a half. I think I've had over 100 subscribers in the last 28 days, so that's cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all are going ham on the subscriptions, and so I'm kind of watching myself on the monitor as well as looking into the camera. I don't do this all the time with, my face on the screen, but I figure, hey, why not do one? So this will be either a 4 or a 5-part series on this particular video. So I'm gonna chop it up because I have notes here. I have a bunch of stuff I want to go because I have user content where some guys have asked me questions, and so I want to address those. Actually, one in particular, and I have some other top 5 videos that I want to do. If you guys get a chance, go ahead and subscribe, or actually like my new Facebook page. I started a new Facebook page called How to Make Beats for Dummies. So how to make beats for dummies, search for that on Facebook. Go ahead and like that page. Of course, I'm on Instagram /Bro Luuh, Twitter /Bro Luuh Music. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, so on this first video, let me check my phone. Okay, cool. On this first video, I'm going over this guy right here. Of course, you guys know I'm famous for freaking making these freaking super boring tutorials for this guy, and I just wanted to kind of like do a video where we're examining it and taking a look at it together. A lot of the misconceptions about it is that it doesn't really do very much, and that it is very difficult to figure out how to work. It is it's not as powerful as some of the other MIDI controllers out there, and whatnot. There's a lot of misconceptions about it, so I figured I would do a decoded video for you guys. Ooh, flash my cereal right there. Basically, the Mini is a very, very powerful machine. It's a very powerful MIDI controller, and the reason why I say that is because not only does it have an XY axis here, I love it. Not only does it have an XY axis here, but it also has pad controllers. It has knobs that you can use for faders or panning or effects or anything like that. It also has keys. And one of the beautiful things about the Mini is that it has this compact size. It's so small. It's very, very small, so you can stick it inside of your laptop bag. But I think that the most complex part about the Mini that people find is when they get it and they take it out of the box. They don't know how to put sounds on the pads. They don't know how to they don't know what to do with the knobs. They don't know what these buttons are for. They don't know what the map is for over the keys, and they just want to plug it in and start making music. And there's a learning curve for that, and the learning curve does suck, but at the same time, music production is not an easy task to overcome, going from ground zero. I think a lot of you guys want to get a Mini, you know what I'm saying, blam, take it out the box, plug it into Fruity Loops, and you want to be ninth wonder the next day. And it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to perfect your craft. It takes time to figure out how to chop up samples. It takes time to figure out the MIDI mapping inside of the Mini and correlation to whatever program that you're using. And then that's a whole nother animal. The programs, you got Fruity Loops, you got the DAWs like Sonar Producer, you got Cubase, some of y'all use Pro Tools, some of you guys use Reason, Kong. Is Kong a DAW? I think Kong may be a VST, but you're using it with Native Instruments plugins, and that's one of my favorites. I'll actually be going over that later in the series. But you're using a Mini with all of these different types of programs, and you haven't figured out how to map them out yet, and you want to get sound out of it, and it sucks because you haven't figured it out yet. And so I just want to take a little time and just kind of talk about the patience that it takes to take this thing out of the box and not throw it out the window. A lot of different cases where you guys have hit me up and was like, man, I hit up customer service and they couldn't help me. And some people, you know, they send them back to the place where they got it from, or take it back to the store or whatever, and failing to realize that, you know, the same way that you get a full-size MPK, you know what I'm saying, when you get a MPK 61 or whatever size key, you're going with another brand, you know what I'm saying, of controller. This boy right here will compete with the best of them. The only setback that you have with the Mini is that the knobs don't fully rotate all the way around, and also the size. I was watching a Zaytoven video where he was making beats, and of course he plays keys like he really plays, and he's limited to the 25 keys. And so if you are trying to do like some major orchestra production or something like that, like, it's not for that. But if you want to do like a basic melody, you know what I'm saying, and you want to, you know, bang out some some hip hop drums on your joint, or even if you're scoring a film, like something complex, and you need the, you know, trigger sounds and whatnot, this thing is perfect. It's totally perfect for everything that you need to do with your production, from just basic hip hop beats to full scale movie production. And so, you know, being that it has so many misconceptions with the machine, people are a little intimidated by it. But the machine itself, I think, it's very popular. I've taken a look on Instagram. I even see on YouTube that a lot of people have the Mini, from the first ones all the way down to the current MK2. And I think that the springboard off of this one is a Max 49, which is bananas. But yeah, a lot of people have this thing, and they've done a lot of upgrades since the first Akai MPK Mini. Of course, it didn't have this knob. It didn't have a pedal switch. It didn't have the standard printer port here. This used to short out, and it just didn't have as many features. But I'm telling you that this is a solid unit, and ultimately, if you get one of these joints, you are making a really good investment into your production. And if you have a Mini, or if you're thinking about getting one and you haven't figured out how to make it work yet, please, I'm telling you, just need to be patient. Take your time, read, study, and figure out how this thing works, because if you can get over that hump, you'll just be blown away by all the crap that you can do with this thing. You'll be blown away, totally blown away. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in the first part of this series, the Akai MPK Mini Decoded. To surmise everything, you know what I'm saying, you got your pads, you got your knobs, everything's totally MIDI mappable, assignable. And I say that, I've said it in so many videos, like, this thing is like, it's like silly putty, you know what I'm saying, or Play-Doh, or just some type of open source coded app or something. You know what I'm saying? You can take this thing and do so many different things. So you could control a light show with it if you have everything mapped to MIDI. Smoke machines, video, all different types of stuff. And so it's just really a good investment if you're a producer, or whether you produce video, audio, or live stage stuff. It's crazy, bananas.